Directions. Solve and graph each linear inequality below. So we'll need to solve it and then also graph it. This one says x plus 7 is greater than negative 3. I like to draw my line. And if we're getting x by itself, to get rid of plus 7, we'll do minus 7. So those are gone. So I'll get x is greater than negative 3 minus 7 is negative 10. So there's my answer. X is bigger than negative 10. Let's go to our number line. Negative 10, negative 9, negative 11. Since there's no equal sign, we will be doing an open circle, and greater than points to the right. And again, notice this sign matches this sign, so we know that we're doing that right. Okay, number 10, negative 4x minus 6 is greater than or equal to 10. Again, I'm going to draw my line. If I'm solving for x, to get rid of the minus 6, we'll do plus 6 to both sides. So I'll get negative 4x is greater than or equal to 16. And then to get the x by itself, we'll divide both sides by negative 4. So I will get x, and 16 divided by negative 4 is negative 4. And I divided by a negative number, which means we have to switch the way that the inequality is going. So that's my answer. Then I'll put negative 4 on my number line. It is less than or equal to, so this time we get a closed circle because we get to include negative 4 in our answer, and then less than points to the left. Okay, number 11, 12 is less than or equal to 2x plus 3. I definitely suggest on this one to flip-flop the problem so that the x is on the left. So let's just rewrite the 2x plus 3 and then write the 12 on the other side. If we do that, we do have to switch the way that the inequality is going. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and distribute. We'll get 2x plus 6, because 2 times 3 is 6, is greater than or equal to 12. When solving this, let's get rid of the plus 6 by doing minus 6 to both sides. So I'll get 2x is greater than or equal to 12 minus 6 is 6, and then we'll divide both sides by 2, and we'll get x is greater than or equal to 3. So that's my answer. Now I just need to put it on my number line. So let's get some numbers on both sides. Greater than or equal to, so we do get to close it in because we're including 3, and then greater than points to the right. Okay, number 12, 5x plus 8 is less than negative 2x minus 6. So I'm going to go ahead and draw a line. I need my x's on the same side, so to get rid of a negative 2x, we're going to do plus 2x to both sides. 5x plus 2x is 7x plus 8, and then I get negative 6. And then don't forget that minus sign when you bring down the 6. I'll do minus 8 to both sides. So I'll get 7x less than negative 6 minus 8 is negative 14. And then we'll divide both sides by 7. And I end up getting x is less than negative 2. We didn't need to switch the way that our sign was going because we didn't divide by a negative number. And we got a negative answer. Okay, so negative 2, negative 1, negative 3, less than. I will not close it in because we don't get to include negative 2, and less than points to the left. Right, number 13, identify the inequality that is not equivalent to 2x minus 12 is less than or equal to 6. So I am going to go ahead and just get started on this one. And one thing that I think I'm going to do on B and D before I even get started is the x is not on the left side, so I'm just going to rewrite it so that the x is. So notice I'm just switching them around, and then I'm going to switch the way that the sign is going. And then I'm going to do that same thing with D. Again, switch the x and the 9, and then switch the way that the sign is going. That's going to make it easier for us to compare our answers. Alrighty, so we are going to, and we're looking for which one is not equivalent. Just keep that in mind. So which one is not the right answer. When I'm solving this, I'll add 12 to both sides. So I get 2x is less than or equal to 18. And then if I divide both sides by 2, I get x is less than or equal to 9. So let's look at for sure which ones do work. I have, this says 2x is less than or equal to 18. And I have that right here, so we can cross that off. And then here it says 2x is greater than or equal to negative 18. Well, I definitely don't have that, so I know B is going to be my answer, but we'll just double check. C, I have 2x. To get 18, I did do 6 plus 12, so that one is equivalent. And then this last one, well, you know what, when I rewrote this one, I said change the sign, but I didn't. So if I would have changed the sign, it does match as well. So for sure, B is my answer. Okay, number 14, a blank CD can hold 70 minutes of music. So far you have burned 25 minutes of music onto the CD. You estimate that each song lasts 4 minutes. What are the possible number of additional songs that you can burn onto the CD? All right, now you can definitely do this without writing inequality, but we are practicing writing inequalities. So if you have trouble with part A, you'll definitely follow through the process, but always at least go down to B and actually see if you can answer the problem. Okay, so we're gonna, let's have X equal the number of songs. So we want to know how many songs can I burn onto this. So far it can hold 70 minutes of music. So far we've burned 25. So we burned 25 plus. Every time we burn a song, it's going to be 4 minutes. I'm going to put 4x. And it can hold 70 minutes of music, which means it could hold 70 minutes. So we can put an equal sign, or we can do less than, because it won't hold more than 70. So there's my inequality. And then down below, we just need to solve it. So we will, to get rid of the 25, we'll do minus 25 to both sides. So we'll get 4x is less than or equal to 45, and then we'll divide both sides by 4, and we'll get x is less than or equal to, let's see, 4 goes into 45 once, and once, and then I think we're going to end up getting 11.25 when we do that. So we'll get 11.25. So it says, what are the possible numbers of additional songs that you can burn onto the CD? So I'm going to say up to 11 songs, because 11.25 would be over that. We can't make a part of a song.